Hey everyone, I'm Jack Fossett, and this is the Royal Guitars Parlorizer brass nickel-plated parlor size resonator acoustic electric guitar. How's that? This thing is awesome. I find it extremely inspiring to play. We're going to put it through its paces. Let's start out with some tones here, then we're going to talk about it and play this in a bunch of different contexts and different tunings, and also try out the pickup in it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Follow the links below where you can listen to some music, and I hope you enjoy. So this is a company that I kind of stumbled on by accident looking up resonator guitars, and I'm extremely glad that I did because they're making excellent resonator guitars and doing really, really cool work in a style and a way that I just absolutely love. I do want to mention off the bat, this is a sponsored review. This is something that I'm working on with Royall. However, my opinions that I'm mentioning are all 100% my own. I never get paid for my opinion. This is my honest take on the guitar. So this is a parlor size resonator acoustic electric. It's called the Parlorizer, and it has this kind of Telecaster style neck pickup in it with a volume and a tone, and you got your jack down here. Now it's a single cone resonator with a biscuit bridge. It's brass and it's nickel plated, and it's got this really nice kind of brushed nickel finish that just looks great. It has this great checkered grill as opposed to the F-holes, which I love. I think this looks fantastic. It's a style that I really like. It kind of makes me think, this just makes me think Americana in so many ways. Not only does, a resonator guitar make you think Americana, but like this is like blueberry pie. You know what I'm talking about. The other thing that I love is the slotted headstock. It just looks superb. They've got this great crest logo up here that's an actual logo that's set on there. And now I will say with the slotted headstocks are a slight bit more of a pain when you actually string up your guitar, but for me it's totally worth it because I just think they look fantastic. The neck is super comfortable. Now, this is a heavy guitar. However, it is significantly less heavy than a full-size metal resonator would be. So if you're looking for metal resonator but you're concerned about the weight, this is one that would be great to consider, especially that I don't think it sounds like a Parlor. Like, you know, if you're looking at a regular acoustic guitar and you look at a big body acoustic guitar versus a Parlor, Parlors have their own sound. Now, it's a cool sound. I'm not going to knock Parlor sounds at all, but it's a more of a tinny sound. It's much more trebly. It's a little bit thinner because of the size difference. Well, this one I've just found. Now, I don't listen to that and say it's tinny. You know what I mean? I don't listen to that and say, oh, it sounds like this kind of tiny old, you know, blues thing. It's got this great Americana vibe, but it doesn't sound small to me. So that's a real benefit. And again, it's a great option, I think, for somebody who's looking for an all-metal resonator guitar. Or they make them wood as well. So if you're concerned about the weight too, you know, presumably the wood one's even lighter, but and the wooden ones look great as well. So if you're looking for that style, they make those in Parlor size as well. But if you're especially looking for the metal one and you kind of go, I'm just afraid it would be too heavy, think about something like this because it is smaller, it's comfortable to play, it's lighter than the big one would be, but you're not sacrificing tone. Now, the pickup works great, and in the next part you're going to hear this guitar plugged in. And again, kind of going through some different tunings, using the slide, but also playing a lot without the slide, because I think one of the important things to think about with a resonator, and I've said this before in other videos, but is that it's a guitar, and you need to think of it like it's a guitar. And I think it is really cool and will make a set more dynamic if you bring this out. And, you know, maybe you don't even learn an alternate tuning, maybe you don't even learn slide, but you just get something like this and then you bring it out to a show and play a regular acoustic set, but play it on this instead. And it's really going to turn heads. People are going to absolutely love it. And things like that can really just make your music more exciting, more dynamic. It's a sound that I love to record and play with. And I've always thought of it in this kind of term because I'm a huge Mark Knopfler fan, and he plays resonator guitars and does it finger picking all the time. He's got loads of famous songs, you know, Romeo and Juliet and all kinds of other songs that are really well known that are played on a resonator guitar, but he's not playing it in like an old-fashioned blues slide. It's way more of an instrument than just that kind of pigeonhole. Now, it does that great. It does that old swampy blues slide thing really great, but it also just has such a beautiful, deep sound. Now, one of the things that I noticed about this one in particular was not only did it not sound small, but there's a great depth to the tone. I've actually played a lot of resonators where they're quiet and there's not a lot of depth. Now, they have the twang and they have that metallic kind of, you know, resonator sort of sound that almost is like a bigger, deep banjo kind of with a metallic edge to it. You know, when I first played this one, and there's a tone that I look for with a resonator which kind of has this like really nice top end twang to it. You got a great attack from the note. Then there's this level of kind of like airiness to it that fills up around it, and then kind of beneath that is the metal resonance where you can really hear it. And there's a lot of depth to these notes, and I noticed that right from when I started playing, especially with the slide on it. I know I just said that they're not just for slide, but when you get the slide on it, it just has that sound that it's like a 3D sound. You feel like you can dive into it. And some of the cheaper ones that I've played, even though they were still good and, you know, still got some good tones, they didn't quite have that 3D quality to it that this one has. And the price of this one is in no way debilitating. This is a company from Santa Barbara, and it's my understanding that the parts are imported, but they're assembled here. So it kind of takes a best of both worlds from a business standpoint. They can get you a product that's put together in the United States and great attention to detail, but keep the cost down by getting the parts imported. And I have no qualms about the quality of this whatsoever. In fact, their customer service was great as well. They even said, how do you like to play? You know, do you play finger picking style? Do you play slide? And set it up for me, and it arrived nearly in tune even. Now, it also came with a great padded case as well as a strap. And so you're getting a lot more for, getting it from a company like this than you would be from more of a mass-produced kind of company. So I really don't have enough good things to say. I haven't had any kind of bad experience with it at all so far. It's just a real joy. Now, it's strung with acoustic strings. With the pickup like this, as opposed to having more of an acoustic pickup, this is more like an electric pickup. There are some fun things you can do. There are some things to be aware of, like, if you're going to be playing it into a guitar, like a regular guitar amp, a tube amp or something, you may want to think about stringing it up with heavy electric strings as opposed to acoustic strings. I am playing this with acoustic strings, and it still sounds good, but acoustic strings aren't really meant to be amplified quite the same way. One of the easy things I found to do with that is just back off the volume a little bit, and maybe the tone if you need to, because sometimes they don't balance quite as well. That's not singularly unique to this guitar. That's anytime you're amplifying an acoustic guitar with acoustic strings into like a tube amp, that's kind of the case. So what I do want to do is, in the next part, I'm going to show you this going into two different amplifiers. I'm going to go into the new Fender 68 Vibro Champ with it, really kind of crank it. I'm going to back the volume off and then turn the volume up a little bit so that you can hear what it sounds like if you want to push it into a tube amp. Also use some of the tremolo and reverb. And then I'm also going to play it into a Boss Acoustic Singer live so that you can hear what it sounds like going into an acoustic amp. And I think it works really well in both cases. It's just a different sound. The plugging into a tube amp gets you that kind of in the middle, really cool old bluesy sort of tone, but it's different. It's not like getting just the acoustic nature of it. It's getting a blend. If you go into the acoustic amp, this pickup does do a pretty good representation of what it sounds like acoustically. So we're going to get back to some tone here. Please let us know in the comments if you have tried a Royall Resonator guitar. They make all kinds of other Resonator guitars. Again, they make the Parlor size as well in wood. They make tricone resonators. They make, regular resonators, all kinds. Check out the website. I'm going to put the link in the description so you can check them out. And again, they are a small company, so I would highly suggest checking them out and giving them a try. Very reasonably priced. I'm not going to mention what the price is because prices are subject to change, and if you're somebody watching this video years after I make it here, then perhaps the prices have changed. But if you go to the link below, you can see what the prices are. So again, let us know if you have any experience with this company. If you play other Parlor style resonators, let us know in the comments. I'm Jack Fossett. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
you.